first and foremost, I think we should create a plan of action. And so I create a hierarchy of this. The first is to identify a percentage of overall assets that we really need to make sure we never become a forced seller. What kind of liquidity do we need to meet all of our obligations? The second is may or may not be applicable, but whether you invest in private companies or real estate, I think it's important to acknowledge that and earmark those assets in advance and be very disciplined about that. And then what is the target percentage for U.S. public equities? And so those are the top level decisions. Now if we're going to drill down and say let's make a plan specific to once we've identified a target percentage, how we're going to put that money to work or invest it. I think it's identify an asset mix, of the U.S. and non-U.S. companies, what percent in each of those, and then how do we want to approach the size of the company. And then lastly, if you're going to build a portfolio of individual securities, as I often recommend, it creates opportunities to tilt that portfolio potentially towards more dividend paying stocks for any particular person who might prefer having a reoccurring amount of income that's usable and not have to worry about or deal with liquidations in the portfolio and the potential tax elements associated with that. And then also worth noting that by building a portfolio based on individual securities, it creates the opportunity to add value after tax. To conclude and summarize, in order to maximize the probability of a successful investment outcome, you need to start with a plan and make sure that you stick to it.